Trump phone. I don't need another phone bill. We didn't get a stimulus. We didn't get a DOGE check. We didn't get no debt relief. No help for rent. No help for your mortgage. No help for groceries. They won't raise our wages. No food stamps. No help with childcare. No clean water in Flint. No cheap utilities. But a gold-plated, freedom-fueled, white, red, and broke Android with unlimited patriotism for $487.
All right. I've heard enough. It is so weird listening to Trump voters complain that they're not getting the things that are typically promised by Democrats and things they typically do not support. Wow. Have they abandoned their whole, pick yourself up by the bootstraps mentality? Have they abandoned that? Have they gone to the dark side and wanting to rely on government services to meet their needs because they're finally realizing that their wages aren't growing, but their cost of living is increasing exponentially, and now they can't afford to live, but that was okay when it was the poor, like the lower class. That was okay when it was them, but now that this same problem is decimating the middle class, they have a serious problem with it now, and they're all about getting help from the government now that it's affecting them personally, because they weren't ever concerned about it when it wasn't affecting them, because they made just enough money to be comfortable. And what I mean is they made just enough money to feel like they gave them basically a false sense of security. Yeah. It's funny how that works. It's funny how that works. You know what I mean? Here's a crazy idea. It's a little bit unorthodox, maybe a little bit off the wall. It is a little bit crazy. But how about we create an environment in this country where people don't have to rely on these things? How about we create an environment where they can afford to live, where they can actually afford to just go to work, pay their bills, take care of their families, educate their children? How about we create that environment instead of continually giving tax breaks to billionaires? Could we possibly try that? Maybe. It worked in the past. It worked great. The time that Republicans say America was great, what they're Make America Great Again, all that was working back then. I mean, you just got to get rid of the hate and the racism and misogyny and women not having rights and, all the other things that came with that. If you think about it, it's really crazy how much wealth and security people in this country have to attain just to live comfortably anymore. If you think it's really a lot. It's a lot of money if you think about it. It's an amount of money that most people, just can't attain without having 2 or 3 jobs. And one of those jobs has to be an amazing job, a great job that pays really well. So many people in this country think if they can just start earning some certain amount of money, maybe it's 100,000 a year, maybe it's 150. It's different for everybody, right? But so many people in this country think if they can just get to this level, everything will be fine. It's not going to be fine. That's not how it works, because once you get to that level, everything costs a lot more. And you'll get to that level and you'll feel good about yourself, but then you'll realize you're not where you thought you were going to be. You still are not where you thought you were going to be. And that's the huge letdown in this country. That's why we see so many people climb through the middle class and then crash back down, because they realize, for the most part, it really wasn't worth it. It really wasn't worth it. Thanks.